Hi, everybody. It's Gene Simmons, and you're not, and you're listening to the Potter Than Hell podcast with Steve, BC, BB, and Dylan. But you knew that, didn't you?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Potter Than Hell podcast. This is your last stop on the crazy train of hard rock and heavy metal. So sit back, buckle in, and hang on. Here we go.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Potter Than Hell podcast. This is Steve, and this is actually future Steve. And we did the first episode of the 50th episode, part 1. It was the first Kiss album, and the second Kiss album, self-titled, and then Hotter Than Hell. And we're going to do the last two today, and it's going to be Sonic Boom, and it's going to be Monster. So this is future Steve saying, take it away. So now we got two under our belt. So now the 90% of Kiss-Street takes place. Boom, Dressed to Kill, Alive, Destroyer.
You're not gonna go through
Rock and Roll Over, Love Gun,
Yes.
Alive 2,
The Elder.
The Elder,
Killers.
Killers,
Thrashes, and Hits.
That is not an album. Smashes and Thrashes and Hit is not an album.
Hey, it has a new song.
No, I don't care. No, it doesn't.
It's got two
Terrible
songs on it.
Two terrible songs.
I like X and Sex.
Oh my God.
It's catchy.
There's a reason why they didn't put that on the main album.
You have to understand that I have this ongoing thing with Mike McHale that it is not an album. So whenever we consider, we're counting the Kiss albums, I'm like, that was not an album.
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
Definitely not an album.
I don't really count Killers as an album either, even though there's 4 songs on there.
There's 4 songs on there.
It's closer of an album than Smashes, Thrashes, and
Fair
Hits,
enough.
for sure.
And it's an import.
But yeah, I mean, we weren't able to get that till probably the 90s.
I had I had it in the 80s.
Well, if you can get it as an import.
I had it as an import with the Z's instead of the S's. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you like the German version. Nice. Yeah, because I didn't hear that stuff till probably the 90s.
Oh yeah, freaking love that.
You got it done.
They're decent. They're decent songs.
No, actually, I got it. Believe it or not, in the mall at the music store there.
Before the Wall.
Before the Wall, yeah.
Oh, we had this discussion before.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Forget what the fuck it was.
I don't remember what it was, but that's where I got it. I walked in, there were 2 copies. I'm like, yes, please.
I never seen that around here. Yeah. And I think, I don't know, as far as Killers goes, here goes another tangent. I don't know, I just don't think that material is as good as a lot of people think it is. The 4 new songs, they're okay, but they're produced by Michael James Jackson. They're no Creatures of the Night songs.
I think they were par for the course at the time.
But they did.
They weren't any
Creatures
better
right after
any...
that. I don't know.
Was it after? Yeah, I guess it was.
What?
Creatures was after Killers. Yeah,
it was right after.
Because I had Creatures before.
I think they used those songs, I think maybe as a tester for Michael James Jackson, maybe to feel him out as a producer. Yeah, so they go full circle. They have Bruce come in, Eric Carr, Mark St. John, Vinnie Vincent, and then
they bring Ace.
Then Ace and Peter come back, and then Peter's gone, and then Ace is gone, then Ace is gone, then Peter's gone, then we have the steady formation of Tommy and Eric Singer now.
Tommy Thayer.
Which is I think they sound great. They have a band now that can play any Kiss song, I believe.
Though they won't.
Although I don't think I love Tommy as a guitar player, but I don't think he does the 80s Kiss stuff justice with his playing.
The Bruce.
Like the Bruce stuff. Not a fan of his playing on that stuff. The classic Kiss, absolutely. The 80s stuff from Creatures up to, anything from Vinnie Vincent to Bruce Kulick stuff. I think that's Tommy's Achilles heel, I think, if you will.
And hey, it's Paul's with singing, too.
Yeah, but I mean, just lead guitar wise. Paul's vocal issues. That's a whole other story. Which
it's called age.
We made and
that's
I think that's doing that stage rap.
Well, I
think that does more damage than singing.
I'll tell you what, Billy Joel always says, I wish 25-year-old Billy Joel would have thought about 60-year-old Billy Joel when he was writing those damn songs.
Yeah.
Because Paul pushed the limit, and now he can't do those songs that he.
Yeah, listen to his vocals in the 80s. Listen to his vocals on Crazy Nights.
Man.
Whereas I think Gene.
It should be called
Nights.
Crazy Vocals.
That's
His
probably the
vocals are
most
just, like,
underrated
so
Kiss
steady
album.
throughout
Gene
the
never
whole
went
thing.
nuts.
He
I don't
kept
know that he
it-
has the ability to do so, but
No.
Listen to his vocals on Asylum. Listen to his scream on. Is it Any Way You Slice It? Maybe
yeah.
that scream on that. Like holy fuck, he just like wow.
And that was the last time they played that song.
Probably. I love that song. I wish they would play that live. I'd go crazy if they played that. Maybe we'll see the Kulik Brothers play that song. Maybe.
That'd be awesome.
Apparently, their set list is out. I want to say Joe Polo from Podcast Rock City has the set list of what the Kulik Brothers are going to play on the Kiss Cruise. He's not divulging it, but I think he did mention that he has that. I'm sorry, Joe. I just listened to it yesterday. And he said one of the songs that they're going to play, I think it was Naked City maybe, that they're going to play, which is going to be fucking Steve May lose his mind. More than he already has. But Sonic Boom. My personal opinion of Sonic Boom and Monster are that people are, they suck. I think if you say that they suck, you haven't listened to them. There are definitely elements of classic Kiss in there. I remember when Sonic Boom came out, of course, Walmart exclusive, which makes it impossible to get on fucking vinyl without paying a mortgage payment on your house for an album. But just, I remember that came out October 6th, 2009. I worked 24-hour shift the night before. I got in my vehicle, drove down to Walmart when I got out of work at 8 o'clock in the morning, and there it was. And it was supposed to be this big Kiss World section in Walmart with all this crazy... And it was just a small little thing. But I remember I picked up the CD. I went out and it had the Kiss Classics, I think they called it, with all the re-recorded shit on there. And it had the DVD from... I think it was 2006 or something like that from Brazil. There's like 6 songs on it, and but I remember I just popped that in and listened to it. And the first song, Modern Day Delilah was like, and I hadn't seen the video because the video for that I guess was already out, and I had heard the song before, and actually heard it on the radio, which is unusual for around here, and that was before I had XM or anything, so it was. Definitely, probably Rock 107. They haven't played a good Kiss song since then, I think. Unless, and I won't say good Kiss song, but unless you want to hear Detroit Rock City, let's see, they play Detroit Rock City, Calling Dr. Love, Rock and Roll All Night. I think they're the 3 songs that they play, which Calling Dr. Love is the one I want to hear out of the 3 of them.
Right.
But I actually heard it on there. Great song, but it was one of them things where you hear the song, but you just like it's on the radio, so you're not really listening. You're listening to it, but you're not like checking every detail, dissecting it like we will do, But I remember I put the disc in the car and I cranked it up. Once the solo was over, I'm like, holy fuck, Tommy is out acing Ace. That was my exact thought. After I heard the solo for that song. Thoughts overall?
Without going on a tangent, how old were you when you first started listening to Kiss?
8.
Okay. Well, I was 14 when this album came out, and I had basically grown up listening to Kiss, in the background constantly. This was the first album.
He listened to that in utero.
This was the first album that I could remember being released from Kiss. I mean, I wasn't really aware of Psycho Circus coming out.
You were only 4.
Yeah, I was only 4, so that wasn't really a thing. So when I got this album, I kind of consider this my Kiss album in a way because it's the one that I was able to fully appreciate, like without having
it came out.
Yeah, without having an opinion already about it. So I guess with that in mind, it's one of my favorite Kiss albums. I think the guitar work on this album is phenomenal. Definitely at points makes you say Ace Who, which is, I know, sacrilege, and I know everything I'm saying right now is going to get me stoned and drawn and quartered by all the Kiss fans out there, but I think Gene sounds the best on this album. Paul definitely sounds good on this album. I wouldn't say he sounds the best. He sounds the best in the 80s, but he sounds good on this album before the voice started to really deteriorate. And that's no fault of his. Like Mark said, his age. But I think Eric Singer does a great job. He outsings Paul on this album, I think. I'm just like, I'm going to get killed, Ed. There's going to be lightning striking, just like the song. I really love this album. This is, I would say, top 5 Kiss albums for me. Don't kill me.
We're going to kill you. I don't know. I grew up on Kiss. Love Kiss. And where Kiss was in like Revenge and Carnival of Souls, and then even Psycho Circus was terribly bad, but
I like Psycho Circus.
I like Psycho Circus, but I mean, this is good stuff. Don't get me wrong. The guitar, I mean, it's Tommy Thoyer. How could he go wrong with Tommy Thoyer? But as far as Kiss, I'm very iffy. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I think
maybe because it's not the original members. And he got guys up there playing in the Ace and Peter makeup when Kiss is all about money.
But they didn't record with the makeup on, though.
No, but I'm just saying.
Do you know that?
I saw pictures. They actually had a couple. I think they actually had a couple of videos that they put out, short clips of when they were recording Sonic Boom that were out. So they didn't have makeup on.
Well, it's the whole idea of it. Just, you know what I mean? It's just like.
So you need to get past. You need to get past them. Listen with your ears, not with your eyes. BC. Come on.
But how do you go from Revenge and all this stuff to this? I'm sorry.
Well, I'll tell you what. It took this episode for me to not really get past it, but to care. I listened to Sonic Boom when it came out. It's like, it's pretty good. It's like a throwback. And then it went up on the shelf and never got pulled down again until last week. I like it. It's actually really good. It's sort of like a combo of Rock and Roll Over and Asylum. It's somewhere in between. It's nice to see Gene and Paul writing more together. And Tommy Thayer's always been a good guitar player. Mm-hmm. So regardless, he doesn't have to be Ace. I don't care if he put on different makeup. I don't care. He's a member of the band. And he does his job, and he does it better than Ace did at the time. You know, I mean, let's face it, Ace was a fuck-up. I love Ace. Yeah. He's one of my biggest influences, but he's also one of the biggest fuck-ups I've ever fucking seen in my life. And that's what I think.
I really love this album. I'm with Dylan. It's a great album. And like you said before, as long as you just listen to it and listen to it as a musical band, just take in the music. Don't think of Kiss. Don't think of Paul Stanley, Gene Simmons. You know, Ace isn't in the band. You know, I only liked Ace, blah, blah, blah. Musically, this is a really fantastic album. And I really think that it doesn't get enough love from the Kiss fans because they just feel so, you know, because I only love the 1970s Kiss, you know, these 2009 Kiss, you know, this doesn't mean anything, but musically, fantastic album.
Right. I like it. You know, the out-acing Ace notwithstanding, it's a good, solid album. I am of the case that I do wish that it had an outside producer other than Paul. But that was apparently one of his stipulations that if we're going to record an album, I'm going to be in charge of it. But you could tell, like, look at the writing credits. It's just the guys in the band.
Mostly Paul, but
mostly Paul. But you have Gene songs back, and listen to the bass on this album. He is a fucking monster bass player. Mm-hmm. He's a monster bass player in the next album too. Maybe that's why they named it that. Yeah, but it's a really good album. There are some weak points on it, and Dylan and I were discussing it as we were getting ready for this episode. And I listened to Monster way more than I had listened to this. You know, since they've both been out. And I told Dylan, I said, after listening to this, maybe I like this better than Monster, but then. I'll get into that after, but it's a solid album. It is. It's got a good sound to it. It's not it's not like too compressed or anything. It sounds good, and then it's mixed really well. Eric Singer's drums are just kick ass on it. I enjoy it. Let's do songs. Do like what do we got? Do 2 at a time.
Okay. Am I? Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
So we start off with Modern Day Delilah, the first song that anybody hears from this album. It's definitely a statement, and Paul always says it's like a battle cry. It's a march to war, showing this is what Kiss is, and it's a really cool. I think Tommy's solo on this album is really, really, really good. The background vocals on this album and Monster are really phenomenal, and this song starts to showcase that. You could tell that while they are paying homage to 70s Kiss, it has a bit of a new feel to it, especially a lot more background vocals than you're normally used to on Kiss songs. A little more pronounced, I think, I'll say. A little more up front than the background vocals usually are. But it's a great opener to the song, the best song to open the album with. Russian Roulette, it's a cool Gene song. The bass on it is really pronounced. Another amazing solo from Tommy. It's just kind of a cool, I would call it like a staircase solo where it builds up and then it just kind of peaks, and it's a cool sounding, really cool sounding song. Gene's vocals sound amazing on it. Oh, and Modern Day Delilah's Paul Stanley's really high note. The first time I heard it, I was like, I thought my glasses shattered back when I still wore glasses. I'm like, oh my god, how did he hit that? But yeah, 2 great songs to open the album with, I think.
It opens with Modern Day, and to me, that's one of my favorite off this album, as far as favorites could be. But and then Russian Roulette, Gene, like you said, typical Gene song, and it has that Gene feel. But again, I think it's just too playing back to the 70s.
I think that's Modern Day Delilah is a typical Paul song. It's got very strong vocals and an Ace-ish solo. But it's reminiscent of, I'll disagree, I think it's more like the 80s type Kiss stuff. Russian Roulette, it's a good Gene tune. I love the hook, but I'm not fond of the
that
stuff.
part's a little...
Really, you didn't need that.
Yeah.
But the bass sounds so cool on that part. Listen to the bass underlying on that part.
Right.
It sounds so cool.
Okay, well, I haven't listened to it enough to get over the
Just
shit.
listen to the underneath of that.
But they have a nice tempo change in it.
Yeah.
It's cool. I mean, I do like the song. So just get rid of the vocals there. If it's got a good bass line, then whatever.
Yeah, Modern Day Delilah, great opening song. I love how you just said it's back to the 80s Kiss. So many times I said on this podcast, I love Paul's vocals in the 80s. This is spot on back then. And Russian Roulette, this stuck in my head for like 3 days. And even the I love that part. And this may be one of my favorite songs on the album.
Wow.
And this is, for some reason, caught my ear. Because when the first time I heard it, I'm like, it's all right. But listened to the album a couple times, I probably listened to this song about 6 times today. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just the tone
more
of
than one
Gene's
full
voice.
trigger is all you're going to get.
Oh. Yeah, but I love Russian Roulette. Fantastic song.
All right, cool. Modern Day Delilah, cool song. It's got like a kind of like a loose riff in the song that I really like. It's not the tightest riff, but it's cool. Totally fits. It's a good rocker. I think it's very classic sounding, and like Dylan said, the solo in it is fantastic. It's a great album opener. I wish more people would just like really check this shit out and get over themselves with this old lineup bullshit and accept the band for what they are now, because they're a good goddamn band now. I don't give a shit what anybody says. I love, there's not an era of Kiss that I don't love. I'm one of the people that like everything that, I don't like everything, but I like all the eras. I like the Vinnie Vincent stuff. I love Animalize. Animalize, I think, is fucking fantastic. I love the Bruce Kulick shit. Love the classic stuff. And I like... Carnival of Souls is growing on me a little bit.
Love that album.
Carnival of Souls is growing on me.
Love it.
I love the darkness.
Definitely growing on me. I love
good band,
Psycho
too.
Circus, even though Psycho Circus is pretty much Paul and Gene and a bunch of other people playing. But I do like all the. I love these last two albums. Russian Roulette, kick ass. I love the groove of the song. That's the song where "Let Your Backbone Slip" makes its first reappearance in a song. A famous Gene line that he loves that. The solo is really cool, and it's just a good, solid Gene song. Co-written with Paul.
So next up we have Never Enough, and yes, I know nobody's perfect. Never Enough, I don't know why I never noticed this the first time I listened to it. Holy shit, do I think about Nothing But a Good Time while listening to this one.
Mark's got it written down.
The song is played in my head, and I start going, I'm always working. Nope, never mind, wrong song. That the verses sound so much like that. The chorus is really cool, but I just can't get past the poise and connection. But Yes, I Know Nobody's Perfect is probably my favorite off this album. I really love Gene's performance on this song. I think it's a really catchy chorus, like one of the catchiest Kiss choruses in my mind. Just like a really awesome delivery. It has that old school kind of feel to it. The solo in it is really impactful. I love the part right after the solo where it's like the drum hit and then Gene just goes, yeah. And then it kicks right back into the song. Oh, it's such a good song. I love that song so much. But yeah, Never Enough. Nothing but a good time.
I didn't look at it that way, but
I didn't either.
Never,
Go back and listen to that. Didn't think of that.
never enough to me is very.
See, I fucked up Kissing Time for you guys. Now you're thinking of that for Never Enough.
Now I'm going to listen to that again. Never Enough, good song, but just like you said, it's very. I never put that together. Now I can't start thinking about that right now. And Yes, I Know Nobody's Perfect. It's probably like one of my. It's in the top 4 of this album for me.
Well, Dylan nailed it. Nothing but a good time. The verses, that's basically what it is.
Yeah.
I like the pre-chorus and the bridge, and the solo is very much something like something from the mid to late 70s. He did a really good job of emulating Ace, though I kind of wish he would have played more like Tommy Thayer on the album. Yes, I Know Nobody's Perfect. That's like a very heavy Dress to Kill song. Great hook, gang vocals, and definitely the winner for the most, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Never Enough, another great song, one of my other favorites on the album. It really brings me back. I already said this before, but I have written for this song. Paul Stanley's voice brings you back to maybe the 80s voice of his. And then even with the next song, Yes, I Know, Gene's voice brings you back to, something maybe from his solo album. But what I really noticed on this song was Tommy's solo was back to what Mark said. It's very Ace-like.
There's a lot of that going around on this album. Never Enough. I never entered my mind. So now, and I'm still trying to picture it in my head, but it's not getting through.
We'll play it after.
I like it. A good upbeat song. It's kind of the Kiss rally. Get all you can out of life kind of thing. I think on that song, I think the drum fills are fucking fantastic on that song. That's one of the things that stands out for me on that song. Yes, I Know Nobody's Perfect is a friggin' great Gene song. I absolutely fucking love it. And I think no matter how Ace-like that solo is, I think the thing that he may have emulated the best from Ace on that song is that he wrote a perfect solo for that song. It totally fits the song.
Yeah. So the next 2 tracks, Stand and Hot and Cold. Stand starts off really good. You're thinking, oh, this is a cool Gene and Paul trading vocals. The chorus kicks in, and before I say this, Kiss had said in the press releases before this album came out, there are no ballads on this song. It's all just straightforward rockers. Stand is definitely a fucking ballad in that chorus. That is like God Gave Rock and Roll to You meets Forever in terms of like the cheesiness and like the. And they definitely are emulating God Gave Rock and Roll to You towards the end of the song when they're doing like the kind of like vocals only. I mean, Tommy's guitar playing is really good on the song, but that chorus gets really cheesy really fast, and they just keep going back to it. And Paul's doing his like preacher man, like, yeah, you out there.
God, I hate that. I love Paul, but God, stop doing that.
I think we could all.
Please, for God, stop doing
I think we could all agree it's probably the weakest song on the album. Hot and Cold's a good pickup. It doesn't quite bring the album back up to like, okay, this is a great album standards yet, but I think Gene's vocals are under really good. I love the like towards the end, like the call and response chorus with the too hot, like that's really cool. But yeah, Stand is not great, Bob.
I'm going to agree with the Stand thing lost me on this album. And Mark hit it on the head and like, Paul, stop doing that. Just be Paul and without doing the, hey, you know.
Although, if I could add one thing about the Stand that I do kind of like, Gene's vocals during the chorus are really high for him. Like, if you can hear him in the background, like, he's like, and he sounds good, but besides that,
sounds good, but
back to BC.
and then that song lost me. Hot and Cold, better than the Stand, but I'm falling away from it.
He's off the cliff.
I'm off the cliff.
You're losing me. You're losing me.
Give me some rope. I'm coming loose.
I'm reaching for something. Nothing yet.
Well, Stand, it's pretty much been said. The chorus doesn't fit the verses musically.
Yeah.
It's just a weird change, and I don't like it. So that is my number one. No, I don't need that song on the album. Hot and Cold is the song with the second most oh yes. It likens to a Love Gun era song, and it's not my favorite, but it's not bad. The solo is kind of lackluster, but I really do like the breakdown.
Yeah.
I was showing your dad. You hit exactly what I had written down for Stand. It's a great starting song, but when the chorus comes in, its chorus is very cheesy.
So that is cheese.
Yeah.
That's like swimming in cheese whiz.
Look at the cheese
factor.
That's spray cheese.
Yeah.
There's a cheese factor of 6.
You're in like a cheese whiz
Out of
swimming
6.
pool.
And then the sixth song, Hot and Cold, I thought it sounded like a rock and roll over song. Maybe we're still in the same era, but it just, you know, it just could have been just another fill-in song to, you know, get 11 songs on the album, but not a great song for me.
Down the corridors of the Kiss songs, there's a list of Kiss best songs, and there's a Kiss of
A kiss of list.
a Kiss list of terrible songs. Stand, I think, is in the top 5 or bottom 5 of terrible Kiss songs, no matter however you want to rank them. That is. I fucking hate it. I think it sucks ass. It's fucking terrible.
At least you're not alone.
Oh my god, it's
Yeah,
just
it's right up there
so
with let's put the X in
fucking
sex.
stupid.
Yeah.
I'm getting riled up thinking about it. These two songs, Stand and Hot and Cold, I think these two songs are the reason that I put Monster above Sonic Boom. Hot and Cold, kind of a boring verse. The chorus is cool. It's got cowbell in it. And then Gene has the line, "Feel my tower of power."
Whoa.
You know, his backbone slip in. He's got the Tower of Power. They played this song on the indoor show on Kiss Cruise 7 last year, and the crowd response was more cold than hot. And it's an okay song. It's nothing great.
Then we got not hot and cold. All for the Glory and Dangerous. All for the Glory, the Eric Singer song. He kind of surprised me with how good he is at singing. Like the notes he was hitting towards the end, like really kind of impacted me. I thought it was a cool drummer song. I really liked the chorus. Eric definitely, I think, at times outsings Paul on this album. But followed up with Dangerous, which I think is one of Paul's best tracks on this album. I think the chorus is really cool. Again, the call and response vocals. I like the solo in it. I think it's a cool song. Definitely two good ones to follow up. Stan.
Two not so good ones.
Yeah.
I'm killing myself here, but me and Steve talk about putting music on, and when you're doing stuff home and you're walking around, and you know it's good when it stops you from doing whatever you're doing and you take notice of it. Nothing on his album did that to me. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I walked around and did my stuff for the last few days, and
I hope he at least had clothes on.
I did.
Lock it out.
I was doing like that. But not bad for Eric Center, All for the Glory, and Dangerous Us. Typical Paul. Nothing fireworky.
Go ahead. All for the Glory. First off, Eric is a great vocalist. He's a great drummer. He's a great vocalist. He doesn't really get a chance to shine. When you're going to be the drummer in Kiss, that's pretty much what your job is going to be. Right. They really should have given him another song. He doesn't really have any writing credits on this whole album, but the verses are strong. The chorus is a little weak. I love the solo. It's simple but tasteful. Dangerous. This is the song that's most like the first three-ish albums. Pull back the production, it would fit the 74-75 era. Danger You, Danger Me, Danger Us. It's good play on words. I kind of liked it.
Yeah, All for the Glory. I have written down like you hear Eric singing and you don't even it doesn't click Kiss. Like you have Paul, you have Gene, some tones of their voice click Kiss. I don't know what it is. When I heard this song, like it just doesn't even click as Kiss. I don't know if it's just Eric's vocals. It's all right song, but it just didn't fit my little corner of my brain of Kiss music. And then Dangerous, really cool. Paul Stanley's vocals, spot on, I thought. And I have exactly what you have written down, Mark. Danger You, Danger Me, Dangerous. Just a great play on words. And just a typical of another filler song for Dangerous.
Yeah. All for the Glory, I think it's got a cool build-up in it. It's kind of a good road-type song, meaning like Band on the Road, as a throwback kind of to Paul Stanley. She showed me her wedding band, and then Eric, sings the song, and, that I'm single tonight. So, you have that kind of crossover from an older Kiss song into a newer one. The solo in All for the Glory is fucking great, though. Just even if you don't like the song, just stick it out or fast forward to the solo. The solo is really, really good in that song. Dangerous. It's got a cool start. Great guitar sound. The solo is really good in it. Typical Paul song.
Yeah.
Nothing. It's not blowing your doors off, but it's decent.
Yeah. So the last
three.
Yeah, the last three songs. I'm an Animal, When Lightning Strikes, and Say Yeah. I'm an Animal. That's the Gene Demon song. Cool chorus. I like the Nothing's Gonna Hold Me Down, like in the background. I think it's a cool kind of harmony. It's a typical Gene Demon song. Most of them are kind of just Gene Demon songs. When Lightning Strikes, the Spaceman song on the album. This is definitely, we need to make fans see that, Tommy can be ace. Going with like space theme and light, because he has a lightning bolt strap, so we do a song about lightning striking. But it's a cool song. The guitar work on it's really good. Tommy definitely sings better than Ace, so that's a problem for him.
Yeah, don't take
Because Ace is not a good singer. And Say Yeah, I think it's a good song to end the album with. It's a strong ender, a cool sing-along chorus. Paul's voice is really strong in it, and it makes you want to say yeah.
Yeah. I agree with Donna. I'm an Animal. Your typical Gene. Nothing too crazy about Gene. When Lightning Strikes, Tommy singing, like BB was saying, you hear it and you're like, who's this? At first you're like, who's this? It doesn't stand out. I mean, I don't understand what they were trying to get at, trying to make him be the ace guy. And Say Yeah, which I have to agree, finishes off the album a little.
On a good note.
On a good note, yes.
I'm an Animal. It kind of starts off like droning. It's not my favorite. I kind of expect more from Gene, but then again, sometimes you don't expect more from Gene. When Lightning Strikes. Okay, you kind of
Throw him a bone.
it's a good song. The topics really
Contrived.
So it doesn't have you
okay. Paul
howling
and
at the
Gene said
radio.
I have to write a song that Ace would write,
Yeah.
and so it's the play on the Ace character. It's a good song. It's just I don't think that's what Tommy would have written if he would have been given the choice to write it on his own.
Yeah, you could really feel this the Stanley writing. on that one.
Yeah.
Exactly. Say Yeah. That sounds like it was written by another band. It's got a cool verse, cool bridge. The chorus, I can't put my finger on it, but there's something weird about it. Not my favorite.
All right. I'm an Animal. Gene Simmons, another darker song for him. I love the heavy bass line in it. I thought it was really, really cool. When Lightning Strikes, I listened to this song a couple times, and I don't know what it is, but I really think Tommy sounds like a young Gene. Like, I had to listen, I'm like, then I had to look back and see who was actually singing. I don't know why. It's really weird.
Is that Stockholm Syndrome?
Drink.
And that was sober. That was sober today.
And what did
You know,
you
like-
think when you were drunk?
I thought it was Vinny
I'll
singing.
tell you in about 2 hours.
Damn right it is.
Damn right it is.
And then Say Yeah, just a typical classic Paul Stanley vocals for this song. Not a great closer. And that's...
The last three for me, I'm an Animal. I think it tries way too hard to be the demon song. I think it's way too contrived. I think it's just, let's see how much of the demon song I can write. I think it's not a natural sounding song. I think for Gene, it's just, and I've seen it. They perform it live. I think on the Sonic Boom Over Europe tour maybe. It's a low point in the set. It just like is a just like kind of too mid tempo, trying to be too much of a thunderous song. I think when Lightning Strikes, I won't beat that dead horse anymore. It's the solo's good and it's got cowbell. It's got cowbell in it. It's not a bad song. It's not a bad song. Like you said, it's the one, here's what you need to do, here's your role in the band, you need to do a song
the
that
cookie
fits
cutter
that.
song
So yeah, and I agree. I agree with Mark, and he kind of put it into perspective for me a little bit just now. That is the song, the chorus, you can't quite put your finger on it to why it's a little weird. They did this one on Kiss Cruise 7 last year on the indoor show. And it was cool because they showed all the flags of the countries of the people that were there, and and everyone's trying to take a picture to get a picture with their country's flag up because you could see fucking everybody's phone up, and I was one of them too. And I got a cool one with the American flag up there, and there was like Brazil and Australia, whoever was on the boat. But it was one of them songs that just kind of, I think it kind of drones on at the end, that and. At the end, it's not bad, but it's not great. Decent sing along. It was cool on the cruise, but it gets a little drawn out as you go because it's exhausting when they do it live because they want you to sing along and you're just so sick of it's like 1,000 times it seems like when they're playing it. It's okay. And this is the last three. They didn't finish this album strong, I don't think. And like the first half of the album, first 4 songs.
They knock it out.
I think it's good. It's got a good sound to it. But I think the ending was a little too droning on and on for me. Just to mention real quick that when they released this, they put out the Kiss compilation, Kiss Classics. They re-recorded, I'll just run through the songs. Deuce, Detroit, Rock City, Shout Out Loud, Hotter Than Hell, Calling Dr. Love, Love Gun, I Was Made for Loving You, Heaven's on Fire, Lick It Up, I Love It Loud, Forever, Christian 16, Do You Love Me, Black Diamond, and Rockwell All Night. All re-recorded. They did them in Japan like maybe 2 or 3 years before. They put that as a bonus disc in there. to apparently to get their rights back for their songs or whatever. It's okay, at best.
Paul, I think, sounds rough on it. Hotter Than Hell is so slow. That version, I was like, oh my god, please just pick it up. Please, somebody just speed up.
Yeah, and I think in one of my favorite Ace solos is in Calling Dr. Love, and it sounds terrible on this version. I think I don't like it, but I just wanted to throw that out there that was released also with Sonic Boom. MVPs of Sonic Boom, BC.
No one.
You can fuck right off.
If you had to pick, I have a gun to your head. I have a gun to your head.
I mean, Tommy Thur. The guy can play. Eric Sinner can play. These guys can fucking play better than this. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I got to go. Tommy Thayer. I really do. He did his job. He was ace on this album.
I'm going to go Paul Stanley. I really think this is about the tail end of his peak of vocals. I think in the next one we talk about, he's a little bit more raspy-ish. You can tell time is starting to take toll. So I'm gonna go Paul on this one.
I have to go Tommy. Tommy's playing on this album is phenomenal. I love the guitar work on this album, and when he's able to put in some of his own feel to it, it just it moves it up to 11. I think he's just hamstringed by you need to be ace, and especially with When Lightning Strikes and Out of This World, it's
yes,
you need to do ace songs. You can't do a song that's not an ace song. And I think when Tommy's allowed to bloom, he does phenomenal on this album.
Thank you.
I'm going to pick Gene.
Gene is also.
Absolutely love. I've in the last couple of years actually really listening to the Kiss catalog. His bass playing is just absolutely phenomenal, and his bass sound on this and the next album is just phenomenal, just kick ass. So I gotta go with Gene just for his playing, and my second one would be Eric. It would just be the rhythm section of this album is just a great foundation for Tommy to do his ace thing, if you will. But I like it. I like the album. I think it's good.
Yeah.
I don't think it's great. As we get into we'll get into Monster next. I definitely enjoy Monster way more. Let's get that party started.
Let's get started in here.
They in just to jump forward real quick to the Monster tour, that spider stage that they had was cool as fuck. That was one of the coolest stages they had. They came down out of the middle of the spider. Cool as
the thing I remember the most about
cool
that is
could fucking be.
The digital amps. Was that part of that? I remember digital amps appearing during Wall of Sound. It was the screens became stacks.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I remember from that.
Yeah, it came out October 9th, 2012. It was recorded at Conway Studios and the Nook in Los Angeles, produced by Paul Stanley, of course. The album cover and the title, Monster, I don't know if they were trying to maybe had something tied in with the Monster energy drink, because it's kind of like the logo for it.
Maybe they were working for it.
Yeah,
trying to get sponsorship
or something like that. But the cover's pretty cool, and and I meant to talk about the album covers for the other ones, but I forgot.
But you didn't.
I didn't. It's pretty cool. You get to see the costumes at least on the on the album cover. Monster. What do you guys think? We'll just get an overall view real quick around the table here. BB.
I think it's almost like Sonic Boom. It really starts out, the first two songs are fantastic. They're probably the best two on the album. And for me, it kind of gets lackluster through the album. Some of the songs, like Back to the Stone Age, it's It's kind of funny, like all the four guys singing. It's kind of like weird, like it's almost like an acapella type thing.
No, that's on Eat Your Heart Out, I think.
Oh, that is.
Oh yeah.
My bad. I'm sorry, my bad. That's exactly what I have written down for Eat Your Heart Out. But this was kind of tough. It really was a tough album to get through. I really gave it some listening. Eat Your Heart Out was kind of cool in a way. It almost sounded like an old Kiss song, but like we said, it was the opening acapella was kind of weird. All for the Love and Rock and Roll was kind of catchy. Take Me Down Below was a really, really cool solo. But it was all right.
As far as between Monster and Sonic Boom, initially I liked Sonic Boom better, but after giving Monster a couple of listens, I like Monster better. I like the production on it. It's not too glitzy or polished, but it's not underproduced either. Paul actually did a good job with that, and it's probably the heaviest album they've released since Revenge. Yeah, there's a bunch of songs. I guess we'll go through them, but on to you.
Yeah, I agree. When this came out, to me it was more between Sonic Boom and this. I don't know what the word I'm looking for. It's just, to me, it was more my tasting.
Okay.
I don't know if that's a word.
Monster, I don't know what it is about this album. I feel like all these songs, they're like trying to follow this formula, whereas Sonic Boom, they felt a little more organic to me. I don't know if that's just me saying it. Barring a few of these songs, they all kind of sound, they kind of blend together in my mind. There are a couple that, stand out to me that I'm like, wow, these are really good, but like, there's like a lot of songs that are trying to be other songs from the past, like really hardcore. I'll get into the specifics of that when we get to them. But like, I don't know. This album didn't catch my ear like Sonic Boom did. And I think the cover of Sonic Boom is better than Monster, even though it is doing a kind of an homage to Rock and Roll Over. Which
Same guy did them.
Yeah, which is the best Kiss cover. But Monster didn't strike me as much as Sonic Boom did.
I absolutely love Monster. It is in my top 5 Kiss albums. I absolutely love this fucking album. I love and like I said before, when I listen to, I don't listen to Sonic Boom a lot, but I listen to Monster a lot. And it's probably one of the albums that I listen to the most, actually. I think it's great. And like I said, I talked to Dylan. I said, well, maybe Sonic Boom will pass out Monster when I listen to it real quick. But then, actually, last night, I listened to Sonic Boom all the way through, and then I went right into Monster. And I think Monster just absolutely blows away Sonic Boom. I agree with Mark. I like the production on it. The songs are, I don't think they're as contrived as the ones on Sonic Boom, but when we get through track by track, Dylan's shaking his head over there. And I think one of the reasons that Dylan likes Sonic Boom so much is because I don't like it as
That's
much.
not it. I think the reason that you like Monster more than Sonic Boom is because I like Sonic Boom so much.
Definitely not. I definitely got a better vibe off of Monster when I first listened to that than Sonic Boom. BB's shaking his head over there now too.
See, thanks, BB.
All right, let's do a
buddy.
little track by track. So we may have a little Royal Rumble here tonight on the Potter Than Hell podcast.
And in this corner we have Sonic Boom.
Dylan, go ahead. Do 3 tracks. We'll do 3.
Okay, so we start off with Hell or Hallelujah, Wall of Sound, and Freak. Hell or Hallelujah, I think, is trying too hard to be the I Stole Your Love intro, where it's like, it just doesn't sound like a natural, like, Kiss rock. It sounds like they're trying to do, like, we're going to do Love Gun this album. We tried for Rock and Roll Over last album. This is going to be our Love Gun new album. And they tried to do that with Hell or Hallelujah. It's a good song. The solo one is cool, but I just feel like they're straining. Especially Paul's vocals are definitely straining on this album. You could definitely hear the production.
You can hear the cracks. You can hear the cracks.
Like his vocals definitely had some work done on it. I keep saying definitely. I need to stop doing that.
Definitely.
Wall of Sound comes
How
next.
about absolutely?
99%.
I feel like this song is a bit of a slog. Wall of Sound. It's plotting. It's it's just just getting, I don't know, it feels like a wall I hit almost on this album. It's not bad. It's a decent. Gene sings amazing on it. I like his vocals on this entire album, but that song didn't grab me. Freak. Originally, Lady Gaga was supposed to sing on this song, and I think it would have been cool to hear her do a duet with Paul, because I don't like Paul's vocals on this song. I hate the "I pledge allegiance." Like, where does that come from? It comes out of nowhere. It just breaks up the whole pace of the song, which I don't think has much of a pace to begin with. I feel like I'm eviscerating this album, but I do like some songs on it. These ones don't strike me. Sorry. So the first three, BC, what do you think?
Hell, how you? To me, I like a good way it starts off. I mean, as far as like I'm saying, this lineup is phenomenal, musician-wise.
Yes.
I think they could do
Any song.
and they can do a little. I don't know. It seems like the two formula. Is that the word?
Yeah, exactly.
They just seem to let them be a band.
They're trying to fit in a box.
Yeah, I mean, the first track I like it. The Wall of Sound is good too, and Freak. It's okay, but I'm a freak.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not bashing these two albums.
Yeah.
I love them. I can throw them on and listen to them. I'm a Kiss fan for life, but I just think they're trying to fit something that they're bigger than.
Don't drop the mic. It's the only one we have.
All right, Hell or Hallelujah. It's a strong rockin' song. It's got heavy riffs and vocals. They're not overdone, but and the thing I like about this song is Tommy plays more like Tommy Thayer than Ace Frehley, and I appreciate that. Wall of Sound, plain and simple, it's a nice heavy song, and I love the solo. Freak, it's guitar and drum heavy, and I love that Paul doesn't overdo it vocally. The song is a little bit busy though. There's too much going on in the verses, like too much musically going on in the verses. But it's a good song.
Yeah, Hell or Hallelujah, great opening song, great heavy riff, great way to start the album. Wall of Sound, another great song, I thought. Tommy Thayer's guitar playing in this, really spot on for the album. Freak was all right. It's a typical Kiss song, but I really thought Gene should have sang the vocals on that. According to like the actual lyrics of the song, I think that would have fit Gene's vocals instead of Paul's.
All right, Hallelujah. I'm just going to throw it out there. If Kiss isn't trying to sound like Kiss, who the fuck are they supposed to sound like? I enjoy the I Stole Your Love-ness of this song. I think it's more reminiscent of Deep Purple's Burn than it is of I Stole Your Love, which, I'm sure that was ripped off of that too. But I think it's a great song. Right out of the box, a great rocker. Excellent solo. Really strong opening tune. Wall of Sound, I absolutely love that friggin' song. It's got a monster riff. Just like, wow. I think it's fucking great. Awesome Gene song. And even the pre-chorus in that song is really good, and I really like it. I think it's a thunderous Gene song. Freak, great song, bombastic Paul song. It's cool. I like the theme of the song. Just a cool Paul song.
So the next three, Back to the Stone Age, Shout Mercy, and Long Way Down. Back to the Stone Age, the only writing credit from Eric on the album, so that's kind of cool, although Eric should definitely get more of a chance to write songs. I think I like it better than Wall of Sound because it has a little more energy to it. It's a little more get up and go than Wall of Sound, which is a little too trotting for me. Shout Mercy, I think, is my favorite Paul song on here, like Paul solo singing song. I like the chorus, even the woo-woo. Alright. It's kind of a cool...
He's got the Matthew McConaughey going, alright.
Yeah, it's definitely my favorite Paul solo singing song on the album. Long Way Down, I feel like Paul's reaching too much on that one. It's another like plotting song. It's like, okay, I get it. Let's keep moving the album along. Yeah. So Shout Mercy's probably my pick out of those three that we just went through, but
Back to the Stone Age, to me, overall, that's my pick out of the three. Has a good feel, I think, for this album. Has a good feel overall. Everybody's playing good. And Shout Mercy, typical Paul song. I mean,
Yeah.
typical, nothing. And A Long Way Down, I don't know.
It's not grabbing you.
It did not grab me.
Did not grab you.
Nope.
Back to the Stone Age sounds like they were kind of jamming and it progressed into a song. I like the result. It's kind of messy, but I like it. Shout Mercy is not your typical Kiss verse. The rhythm is odd for a Kiss song. It kicks right back into the chorus. It's a nice change of pace for a Paul song. Long Way Down. I like this song. All around, it's less heavy than the others, but Tommy really shines in it.
All right, back to the Stone Age. I thought it was kind of funny how all the guys were singing. It didn't really sound like it was like a Kiss song. Shout Mercy. Paul thought this should have been the opening song to the album.
No.
I'm like,
No.
I'm not sure about that. And Long Way Down is just another typical filler Kiss song. Nothing grabbed me on this song.
Well, I don't know if Shout Mercy, because I think if Paul thought that should have been the opening song, that would have been the opening song.
Yeah, he produced it.
Regardless of what he
Right.
said in retrospect.
What blows my mind is Long Way Down was the second single off this album, and I don't think that's right at all.
But it's 2012. What are fucking singles anymore?
I know, but
You know?
still, like, that's the song you pick.
Yeah. Back to the Stone Age. Cool Gene Rocker. The solo in it is great. I love, not to go against BB, but I'm gonna. I think the background vocals are fucking great in that song. I think it's a really cool song. Shout Mercy is cool, little cool drum intro. Great song. The solo's friggin' excellent in it. Long Way Down. Really good Paul song. Great background vocals. Another solo that Tommy knocks out of the park. Just a good rocker. I think it's a good middle of the road song in the album.
So next up we have Eat Your Heart Out, The Devil Is Me, and Out of This World. Eat Your Heart Out, this might be a little... I do like the vocals in this song. I think the chorus is kind of cool. It's like the throwback to old school, kind of rock and roll type feel to it. And I do like it. It's different for this album, and I think to me that's good because all the other stuff sounds the same. The Devil's Me, it's another typical Gene Demon song. It's good. I always enjoy the Demon Gene songs, but again, it's them filling a peg that they need to, like a checklist. Like, okay, we have the Gene Demon song, and then the next song, Out of This World, is we have the Spaceman Ace song.
Here's the Ace
Would you
song.
rather a Paul Demon song?
Well, I'm saying that
Got a thunder.
they're not doing
Yeah,
what's coming
he wrote it.
naturally. They're doing
Or,
what they
Eric
think is
Demon
expected,
song?
and I think that's why I don't like this album a lot. Out of This World, I was feeling Mississippi Queen during the verses. It's the same thing. Yes, like two songs that I feel like they're blatantly ripping them off. It's another typical Tommy they're trying to fit Tommy into the Ace square hole, and it's not working like they want it to. Yeah, these Eat Your Heart Out's probably my pick out of those three, but yeah. When you have two songs that are like, we're trying to fill an expectation, it's not hard to beat them, I think.
Eat Your Heart Out, yeah, like you said. Good song overall, nothing really. To me, the Devil Is Me, I like that. It's Gene, he's not reinventing the wheel or nothing. And Out of This World, I agree with Dylan that they're trying to put him in Ace, but compared to Sonic Boom's trying to make him Ace, I like this one better than...
You like it better than When Lightning Strikes?
Yes.
All right, Eat Your Heart Out. That weird echo in the opening. Yeah, I
the
can't
opening's
deal with
weird.
that. I like the harmonies and all that, but yeah, that echo needs to gone. I love the riff, and it's probably the best Gene song on the album, in my opinion. It's a very solid song. The Devil Is Me. It's basically a speedy 2000s Got a Thunder. Out of This World, it's the only solely Tommy written song. It's got a great hook, even though the Mountain Mississippi Queen lick there. I like the song. The bridge is cool as shit, and I love the solo.
All right, Eat Your Heart Out. It sounds like old Kiss, but I don't like the opening because it sounds kind of funny with that a cappella baloney that they start off with. But the solo in it is fantastic. Devil in Me is okay. Seems like it's just a typical Phil and Gene song. And Out of This World, I hated it because it just seems like they're just making fun of Ace.
Naked Ace? That's another.
Sorry, Rob.
That's a joke from one of the Kiss expos.
I forgot to mention about Out of This World. I hate how he enunciates rocket. With the hard T. It throws me all off.
Honestly, it's not like the lightning strikes. They're just. I think they're literally just making fun of Ace in the song.
Take you out of this world tonight.
Eat Your Heart Out. I'm totally on board with BB. I hate that acapella shit in the beginning, and actually that made me skip that song a lot until I gave it a good listen a couple times. I just tried to disregard that first part.
But the solo is really good.
The solo's excellent in it. It's got a cool riff in it. It's got cowbell. Let Your Backbone Slip makes another appearance in this song. Gene loves that fucking lyric, and I don't know if it's put in there now just as a joke to see how many people notice it.
Know it is.
Easter egg.
It's a decent song. Hot Mess is what I need. Cool chorus. The Devil's Me, another bombastic monster riff song for Gene. A little contrived, but it's Kiss. I mean, you can't be expecting getting a Pink Floyd-like lyrics out of Kiss, or just it's Kiss. How many times have they recycled like fucking everything? Just you have to take it for what it is. And I look at every Kiss album when it comes out. I think maybe Love Gun was the first album that actually came out since I started liking Kiss, and I've had them progressively as we went. Every Kiss album has a special place for me, even The Elder, because when it came out, that was all you had. You had the stuff back. You didn't have, right at this point when Monster comes out, you didn't have 20 albums behind it or whatever the number is. When The Elder came out, that was what you had. You had The Elder and the other, so that was the new Kiss album. So you were absorbing it. You were checking it out. And, if you go back through the catalog, I'm sure you could pick out shit that's ripped off from other Kiss songs as you go along, and other classic, how many bands ripped off the song Burn? We've had examples of Kiss doing it on a couple albums tonight. I mean, that's, classic songs are recycled, Out of This World, which is my next song, the Mountain Song, Mississippi Queen. But I think this is one of the best songs on the album. I think it's great. I think it's a well put together song. I don't think that it's making fun of Ace at all. I wish it was different. I wish it was different subject matter. But what is done with it is cool. It's a good song. The solo in it is fucking phenomenal. It's got cowbell in it too.
I get sick of this cowbell.
More cowbell.
I like cowbell.
The solo in it just rips. I think that I don't know. It's Tommy's only solo co-write. So did he? I'm thinking at this point, this is what they're going to want out of me. So I'm just going to fucking write one. Here it is.
I think that's what it is.
That might have been, because he was given free reign otherwise, because his solos were really...
Yeah, the solos weren't as Ace-ish on this album as they were
Sonic.
on
He
the
was
other
like,
one.
color inside the lines, and we won't interfere.
Yeah, I really like the song. I think it's a really, really good song. I like it.
And to be fair, when I was in Hit and Run, one of the songs that was on the album that we released, there is a da-da-da-da on the album on one of the songs. Wasn't intentional, but it sounded cool, so it's in there.
It's in there.
So everybody does it.
Which, Hit and Run, awesome album. I'm glad you guys re-released that. Love it.
Yes.
I was actually listening to that today, actually, a little bit.
Oh, cool.
So the last three songs, All for the Love of Rock and Roll, Take Me Down Below, and Last Chance. All for the Love of Rock and Roll, I'm going to be completely honest, I don't remember a single thing about this track. And I feel like that might be telling. I mean, it's an Eric track, so I'm sure he sings great on it, but for the life of me, I'm racking my brain I cannot remember a single thing about the track. Maybe it's because of this next track, Take Me Down Below, which I think is the best song on this album. And actually, I think it's up there with one of the best Kiss songs. This song, I love I don't know if I'm just a sucker for the trading vocals between Paul and Gene, but it's so good on here, and it's one of the best choruses. Like, their harmonies are so on point in this song. And it's a feel-good song. It lifts my spirits up after slogging through the 10 tracks before. I'm just like, oh, thank God, there's a gem in this dark mine shaft that I fell down.
And song 11.
And then Last Chance is another song that I can't really remember anything about because I'm still coming off the high of Take Me Down Below. So, Take Me Down Below is reason enough to listen to one track on this album. No, the album's not terrible. I just can't remember specific moments in the album. It just all kind of blends together except for that one track. That's the one track that stands out to me that I can remember, part and parcel. So, yeah. Sorry. BC, save me.
All for the Love of Rock and Roll. It did do nothing for me. I don't know if it's the title of the song. Like, it gave me flashbacks of God Gave Rock and Roll to You and Rock and Roll All Night. I don't know. It to me, I kind of ignored it. Take Me Down Below. It's one of my favorite ones off this album. And Last Chance, I love the bass. Like, I mean, it's been mentioned a few times, like Gene. Very underrated, I agree. But the bass in this song, where it starts off, that caught me. But overall, this album had a little bit more of a
little more grab
factor than Sonic.
All right. All for the Love of Rock and Roll. I think this song is straight out of Hotter Than Hell. I love it. Great vocals by Eric. It's a cool bridge. Nice breakdown. Take Me Down is probably the best Gene Paul vocals in a long time. Great production. The song is moving. I love the chorus. Tommy gets a great tone for his solo, which is really, really important. And Last Chance. I love the riff and the verse. Paul's vocals are extremely strong. And it sounds like he's 30 again on that song.
I don't think he tries to overextend on that song.
I don't think he tries to overextend anymore at all. And they play a half step down, but he shouldn't. He shouldn't have done that. There's woo, 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 shit.
Yeah.
It was never necessary.
Yeah.
All right, All for the Love of Rock and Roll. I thought it was a really catchy tune, but when I hear Eric Singer sing a song, I don't think it's Kiss. I don't know.
So you'd rather Eric silent.
Play the drums, damn it.
I'd rather Eric Carr sing it because
All three drummers sang the same.
They do sound.
They all sound similar, don't they?
I don't know. Even this song on Sonic Boom, I couldn't grasp of being Kiss. So maybe it's just me. But Take Me Down Below, really awesome song. The vocals of Gene and Paul back and forth really were spot on. The solo was fantastic. And Last Chance was okay, but I was really disappointed on how this song is probably going to be the last song ever to be on a Kiss album.
All right.
That's my opinion.
It doesn't sound like a lot of people like this album.
All for the Love of Rock and Roll. It's cool. It's got cowbell in it.
Holy shit!
If that's the best.
A lot of cowbell in this album.
The vocals are good. It's got a good feel. And I agree with BC. It just reminds me too much of God Gave Rock and Roll to You. Just I don't know. I don't know if it's just the words rock and roll in the song. I don't know.
Turned you right
It
up.
doesn't remind you for All
I
in
don't
the
know.
Name of?
I don't know.
Because that's closer to God Gave Rock and Roll to You.
Right?
Take Me Down Below, for once, I agree with Dylan on this album. I think it is a fantastic song. I love the Gene Paul vocals on that.
I'm going to throw you a bone. I think that's the best song out of these two albums.
I think it's a great song. I love it. I love the...
This is like one of my top favorite Kiss songs. This is a really good song.
Just the lyrics in that of how they put the song together. I think
They
it's
did
really
the whole
cool.
album like that. I would have no.
Last
problems.
Chance, bass sounds really cool and a decent song. I don't think it's a great album ender.
No.
I really don't.
I think Take Me Down Below would.
Take Me Down Below would have been cool.
Yeah.
But like overall, I like that. Did anybody here listen to Right Here, Right Now? It was a bonus track.
I've
Anybody
heard,
here
I've heard
check
it
that
a couple
out?
times.
Check it out.
It's all right.
It's not bad. Like, but there's people that like go crazy over that song. They think it's like the best Kiss song ever.
It's like a.
Japan gets
I think it's a
everything.
bonus track. I wouldn't say it's a bonus track for a reason. I think it's better than some of the other songs on the album, but it's like a typical
Yeah.
Kiss. Oh, here's a song for you.
Well, they went in with. I mean, they walked in with 25 songs when
Yeah.
they started recording, and then they announced that they were going to release 15, and then they dwindled it down to 12.
Yeah,
Yeah.
got delayed a couple times.
All right, so let's zip around the table. We'll go being around MVP of Monster. Ooh. It can be me.
I'm gonna go with Steve Wright on this album.
Yes.
I really like the way he diplomated his augmentation of this. No, I'm gonna go Tommy Thayer. I have not picked Tommy Thayer. Great solos, even though he sometimes sounds or maybe tries to sound like Ace. You know, and I really hate that Out of This World song. But other than that,
Really hate
he really carried his own torch on this one, just putting his own twist of making his sound a little bit more dominant on this album than Sonic Boom.
I got to go with Paul. And the reason I got to go with Paul is because he doesn't overdo it. Paul sang like Paul in the 70s, and somewhat in the 80s, but more like Paul in the 70s, and he did a good job. And he did a lot of really good writing on this album.
I'm gonna go with Tommy Thayer because he got to put a little bit more of himself into it, but not that much.
I have to go with Tommy again. His guitar playing is good on this album. Gene's a close second. Yeah.
I
Gene
am
will go
also
with Vinnie Vincent.
going to go with Paul on this one. I like his vocals on this. You could tell that there's been a little work done on them, but I enjoy this album much more than I enjoy Sonic Boom. I think just overall there's more songs that I think are good on this than songs on Sonic Boom that I think are okay. Last Chance, I think, would be my throwaway song on this album, but I would definitely go with Paul. And there's a bonus track, I mentioned that a couple minutes ago. Right Here, Right Now. There's a faction of fans out there I know that think that is like the best Kiss song ever.
It is not.
It is. I don't think it's even close.
No.
It's okay.
I haven't heard
It's
it.
a
okay.
decent. It's a decent.
It's
song.
decent, but it's it's not great.
I mean, if you're a
I think
bonus
this
track
album
on
started out
Monster,
great. I think they could have picked a better song to end the album with, but overall, I think it's good. I really hope that it's not the last Kiss album. I hope that with all this time that they've had off, that they've been under the radar, kind of doing stuff, maybe recording, hopefully. I'm not saying that that's even happening, but BB's shaking his head no. It's just wishful
There's a
thinking
certain
for
bass
me.
player that may be a little too busy for that.
Yeah. And but he's had time to do shit with Ace though. And like I mentioned before, after we saw Judas Priest, Andy Sneap came over for his accolades, and I yelled to him. I say, Andy, and he looked over like, please produce Kiss. And he's like, like that. So,
Started laughing.
so it's in his head. So I would like to really see what an outside producer would do with Kiss these days. I would really love to see what that would be. I don't want to see Eddie Kramer. I don't want to see Bob Ezrin. I don't want to see Vinnie Poncia. I don't want to. I wouldn't mind seeing Michael James Jackson and seeing what he would do with them again now. But I don't even know if he's even still producing stuff. But I would really like to see another Kiss album. It's probably not going to happen, but I think it would be. I think it would be cool.
I think you're going to see either another Kiss album or another Kiss tour with not necessarily all the original members, but I think Ace may be back. And
And he told you so.
yeah, exactly. I think you're going to see something coming out. Like everything just leads that way. They're far too intertwined right now.
Yeah,
for nothing to be going on.
Right. I hope that they, Kiss has always said the fans are the boss. That's total horseshit.
Yeah.
Because if the fans were the boss, they wouldn't be doing songs like Detroit Rock City and Love Gun and Shout It Out Loud on the fucking Kiss Cruise because probably...
I like Shout It Out Loud. I just don't want to hear
chorus.
rock and roll night.
I hate the chorus. I hate the chorus on Shout Out Loud. It's just... I think there's just certain Kiss songs that the diehard Kiss fans are sick of.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that the diehard Kiss fans are the ones that are on the cruise, other than people like I would say my wife, not insulting her in any way, shape, or form, but she's not a huge Kiss fan. She would just kind of went along. But most of the people on that boat do not want to see those songs that you've seen 100,000 fucking times.
100,000.
Oh, for the record, I have to say this on the podcast because I told my wife I would. She thinks that Paul Stanley is very pretty.
Okay.
So does it.
Not handsome. Not handsome.
funny.
Pretty.
What's wrong
Not
with that?
handsome. He's very pretty.
He is a pretty.
I'm going to throw this out there. This is a term, and my buddy will know where this came from. More manly than Paul Stanley. which is funny and not funny at the same time. But guys out there, what do you guys think of the first two Kiss albums? What do you guys think of Sonic Boom and Monster? I know Dylan kicked around Monster pretty good here tonight, and
Calls him like
and
a
BB did too. But there's good. You can't deny there's good stuff on there. And I think anyone that says, "Oh, they totally suck," have not listened to them.
Right.
I sincerely believe that. If you're an actual fan, I hate the fan that says, "I love it all. I love everything. I love everything." That's just not possible. That is not fucking possible.
Because if you like Peter Chris' solo album, there's something wrong with it.
Listen, that
There's
cover
people
of
that
Tossing and
actually
Turning-
love that. You know
Yeah,
what?
it's my
But I don't.
Tossing and turning.
But I don't.
Toss
All
and
night.
turn all
night.
day.
To each his own. If you like it, more power to you. It's not my cup of tea. I'm not I'm not a huge Peter Chris fan.
I had it on 8-track, and I can honestly say I've never rebought it.
And actually, I have
There's a
a
reason.
vinyl thing that sends me text, and the Peter Chris picture disc came up today, and I'm like, dislike.
I've actually rebought all of the solo albums except for Peter Chris's that I had on 8-track. And I like Pete. I just didn't like what he chose to put out.
Yeah.
No, it was
I understand you like the 60s and 50s and whatnot there.
the people that are listening to you at that point were not. He was the last one that I bought, and I still remember getting it, going, "What the fuck is this? Like, this is the most un-Kiss like
First one I
shit."
bought.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh. You must have been really happy when you got the other ones.
Oh, God, yeah. When I got...
God, yeah.
I loved Aces, and I had jeans, and I liked jeans, and I didn't get Paul's until a couple of years later. And I got Paul's, and I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
Why did I get this first?
Right. Oh, my God, it was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I Jeans is middle of the road, but Aces and Paul's, they're neck and neck for me.
They're spot on.
Yeah. We'll go once more around the table here. We'll let Mark plug himself and his
Hey,
dim guys.
come see my acoustic duo or acoustic solo or acoustic whatever that I happen to be playing. Go to demguys.us, DEMGUYZ.us, and buy the Hit and Run album. You can find it on Spotify to play and whatnot there, and go to lionspridemusic.com because I got to pay my bills.
Yes.
Great episode, and just, it's like I said before, it's real funny how we threw out the first two and the last two, and what a different sound and a feel all those years make. And it's just how it's tough if you like something. It's tough to take a step back and actually grasp and absorb the new Kiss. And I just wish other people would do that because there's some really good music there. It's just not promoted like it was, back in the day.
Oh, okay, yeah, I gotta agree. I mean, the first two albums are classic Kiss, and then the last two, and I think I'm getting a bad rap on this, but I mean, they're good albums. Both of them are good albums, but I just think it could be better.
Which two? The first two or the last two?
The last two could be way better.
Okay.
You're saying the first two are classic.
Musicianship on the last two should be.
Yeah, I think BC has a point. I feel like Tommy and Eric are really hamstringed by they need to be Peter and Ace. When they're allowed to do their thing and rise above the material they're presented, they do amazing. And I think we see a lot of that on Sonic Boom, not so much on Monster, sometimes on Monster. But I think Kiss is just trying to, I don't know if they're trying to win back the fans that left when Ace and Peter left. I don't know if they're trying to do that by making their sound so much more like 70s Kiss. To my ear, I think Sonic Boom takes more risks than Monster does for the most part. Monster, they kind of just stay in one lane, and they diverge slightly with Take Me Down Below, and that's an amazing song that definitely rivals any really good Kiss song. But I would rather a band take a risk and fail than play it safe and kind of middle out. And I feel like Monster, they middled out a lot, and Sonic Boom, they took some risks, especially with Stand. Yeah, it didn't work, but I'd rather something memorable than something not memorable, even if it is bad, because I'm a guy that likes so bad it's good movies, and Stand, I can appreciate by how cheesy it is. It's a terrible song. But, like, there's a part of me that can't help but be like, you know what, I respect them for trying it. I'm glad they're not doing it again, but I respect the effort, and I think Sonic Boom has a lot more memorable songs than Monster. I mean, those first two Kiss albums are great. We don't even have to discuss their legacy, but I think you should, if you haven't out there, definitely give these two albums a try. Even if I'm disparaging Monster, there are still some really good tracks on there, though I didn't highlight too many of them. You might like them. I have a different taste in music than everybody else here, so it just might not have struck me, and I'm not disparaging anybody from liking Monster, because Take Me Down Below is reason enough to listen to that album. So check them out if you haven't. Give them a listen to. You might find something you like on there.
All right, I like how Kiss, they went full circle. They started out 4 guys in a room, writing, working on songs, recording them. Went through all the other years of having, fighting and problems, and then bringing in co-writers to do songs and everything. And then they went back to 4 guys in a room, writing songs, playing the songs, recording the songs. And I think that they did take chances on Sonic Boom, but I think that they expanded on those risks that they took on Monster, because I think that Tommy and Eric were more themselves as Monster was played rather than Sonic Boom. And I enjoy both albums, don't get me wrong, but I think there's more of a free sounding album in Monster than you have in Sonic Boom. Call me nuts or whatever, Dylan, if he was he would be saying I was crazy, but I think they're both very good, and I think people that say, oh, they totally suck, have not really listened to them. And you guys out there, let us know what you guys think. Which album do you like of the first two? Do you like Hotter Than Hell first? Do you think they should totally re-record Hotter Than Hell? Do you think what do you think about Love Theme from Kiss? Do you think it totally sucks? Do you think they should have just did that Rock and Acrobat part? You're Much Too Young, I think, was the name of the other song that they put together with Acrobat for the Love Theme of Kiss.
Yeah, I couldn't find a definitive name for it.
But just great, and I think they went full circle just to shake everything out. And I want to thank Mark for coming on to our 50th episode with us, and it was a pleasure having you. We'll definitely have you back.
And for doing the music.
We'll get you some new music soon.
Yeah, and like I said before, Mark can friggin' shred, so I'm sure he's gonna put some great new stuff together for us. We'll get the music revamped, and yeah. Check us out, you guys out there on Facebook. Interact with us on Facebook. We have a Facebook page. We post videos every day that have to do with the podcast. We do them on Saturdays and Sundays. Mondays we do Melodic Monday. We do Metal Tuesdays. Wednesdays kind of a free for all where I post something comes up in my head. We posted. BB posts polls for us. Get involved in them. Let us know what you guys think. And we appreciate you guys listening to us. Check us out. Leave us a review on either Facebook or iTunes. If you leave us a 5-star review on Facebook, we'll read it on the air. We're going to have perks coming out for the Rockin' Pod Expo Part 2 coming up very soon, where you guys can donate to that. And the money does not go to us. It goes to the putting on of the event. And it's going to make it better for everything. And if you're in the Nashville area or not, you want to go down and check that out. There's a lot of cool guests going to be there. We will be there. A lot of other cool podcasts will be there. And maybe we'll get Chris Sinzak on the show, just do a little promotion thing for that. And we appreciate you guys. We love you guys. Keep listening to us. Keep sharing us. Check us out. And tell your friends about us. And we will check you out next time. And there will be a next time.